Radar means radio detection and ranging. Lidar means light detection and ranging. Both radar and lidar do the same job of locating and sizing up objects that are far away. Both also work by bouncing signals off of things in their path, counting the time until those signals return, and using that information to create an image. With lidar, the emitted signal is light, and with radar, it's radio waves. To help understand the differences between these two systems, to learn why lidar isn't used in cars, and to see where automotive radar tech is going, I spoke to Steve Hong, the CEO and co-founder of Oculii, a company that uses proprietary software and imaging tech to enable the next generation of autonomous systems in vehicles. So let's dive into some of the key technologies that allow modern cars to see the world around them, and how companies like Oculii are working to supercharge those technologies for the incoming wave of autonomous vehicles. According to Hong, Mercedes-Benz started to put the first radar in cars in the early 2000s, and today, 20 years later, there are about 120 million radar units put onto the road in new cars every year. Hong says that hardware-wise, radar has been around for decades and there are billions of units on the road. These cheap and common radar units include hardware that powers features like forward collision alert, adaptive cruise control, parking clearance systems, blind spot monitoring, and much more. More advanced features require higher resolution, which requires more physical radar hardware be fitted to the vehicle. Hong says the number of antennas in the radar system dictate its performance, with pricier cars tending to have a higher number of antennas for higher resolution. So some cars have more radar than others depending on the equipped features and their performance level. So what about LiDAR? Well, it turns out that that's not used in modern cars at all. Hong says that it's because of the cost and complexity of LiDAR components, which can include many delicate moving parts that may not survive something like, say, pothole season in Sudbury. Hong says that LiDAR is better for shorter ranges and higher resolution applications, but the systems can be fragile and aren't robust enough to be used in an automobile. Plus, Hong says LiDAR is very expensive and has many years to go until it becomes a cost-effective solution in cars. So while it's commonly used to create high-resolution 3D images and maps for forestry, mining, farming, surveying, and more, you won't find LiDAR in your new Honda. Advances in radar technology, powered by software and artificial intelligence, will push radar to dominance as the modern automobile pushes towards an increasingly autonomous future. For instance, using their software, Oculii can take simple, affordable, and proven radar hardware and make it much smarter. Hong says that on its own, radar isn't particularly sophisticated or high performance. He says traditional radar is dumb, it just sends the same signal out over and over. But software can enhance existing radar hardware to make it virtually as good as LiDAR but without the cost. Oculii can take affordable and proven radar hardware and use software to give it 100 times the resolution. That's extreme resolution at a low cost, Hong says. And these higher resolution radar systems enable more advanced safety features and higher performance of those features. From there, artificial intelligence can help push performance even further. Radar systems can naturally work through bad weather conditions and even concentrate their energy to help see through snow and ice-covered bumpers. But the added resolution enabled by artificial intelligence helps radar systems adapt to perform better in a wider array of driving conditions. AI can help radar systems learn how to adapt for the best signal possible, and help automotive radar overcome the challenges of seeing through severe weather. Using advanced software to boost the performance of widely available traditional radar systems allows automakers to roll out more advanced safety systems to more shoppers at lower price points. That's because the software makes the existing hardware work so much better. The camera is another cheap and proven piece of hardware that can be supercharged with artificial intelligence and software. Like radar, camera hardware has been used in cars for ages, and today, like radar, it's cheap and reliable. Hong says that initially radar was better at seeing things farther away, but that by about 2010, as cameras became better, they became more dominant. Used together, camera and radar are very complementary technologies. Hong says their strengths cover for each other's weaknesses. And that's a little bit of what's behind the displays in this 2022 Honda Civic or this BMW M440i, both of which offer camera-based safety systems that can now track nearby traffic in real time on the instrument cluster display. They can even differentiate between cars, transport trucks, and motorcycles as they're plotted on screen. The camera is just seeing the image, the software behind it is the star of the show. So, combining enhanced radar and enhanced camera tech together with powerful software and processing unlocks a performance platform that's ready for the highest levels of future autonomous driving. All of that using proven hardware that's been around for decades. I'm Justin Pritchard for Driving.ca. Hit that like button down below if you learned something new, and until next time, take care and drive safe.